Yo, what's up? What's going on, everybody? What's good? The Boxing Source checking in here on a Monday morning, and just gonna talk about that news that came down, man. Through social media, Adrien the Problem Broner posted on his Instagram account that citing mental health issues, he will not be part of the card that is coming up on Saturday night. He is scheduled to fight Omar Figueroa Jr. Saturday, August 20th at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood, Florida. It was going to be a super lightweight bout. It was, as I was saying in previews, it was like a crossroads bout for both of those fighters. Both Broner and Figueroa had been talking about mental health issues. Figueroa did kind of like speak about that in, I think it was his like open workout, earlier, I guess like a few days back or something like that. But we really didn't hear much reference to Adrien Broner, reference to the mental health issues. But seeing this thing today is something that kind of like is a shock to some within the boxing world, even though Adrien Broner has been dealing with a few things with mental health and has had, a share of stories outside of the ring, with that being said, that kind of like says, okay, what's going to happen with the card on August 20th. But as of this particular time period, with speaking with Jake Donovan has, learned that the fight card is still intact. You still, have two world title fights that will be, part of the card of Alberto Puello versus, Bartir Akhmadov for the junior welterweight title or super lightweight title, WBA. And you also, have the fight between Brandon Lee and Will Madera that was recently moved to this card. That is, pretty much, part of the thing where they play in a Showtime quadruple header. They were scheduled to start at, 8 p.m. Eastern time instead of 9 p.m. Eastern time for, those particular fights, so I mean, for me, that is kind of like something that, I didn't necessarily expect. We gotta see here what happens with, the card in general, and also, with Adrien Broner. I think that, he says that, maybe may come back later on. Or if he just says, you know what, that's it. That's it. I know that people, talked about him when he had, the initial scheduled conference call for Broner Figueroa, that he, abruptly left the conference call, out of nowhere. And that was, something that, kind of like was like, wow, why would he do that? But he, did have something later on down the line to, kind of like speak with the media. But I mean, now, we kind of like see this thing going on. That's, yeah. And, Adrien Broner is one of the more polarizing figures in the sport of boxing. Having him, on television for, a Showtime card, that would have been, something that kind of like gauge, where he's at this particular point of his professional career. And, with the recent report, like I say, with Jake Donovan saying that the card is, being saved is, a very good thing, because, I mean, if they had removed that card altogether, man, you would have had two cards, particularly that would have been, either on Showtime or Showtime pay-per-view, that would have been scrapped within a 2-week period. I did mention a thing with Brandon Lee and Will Madera. That particular fight was supposed to be on the card for August 6th at Madison Square Garden. That was going to be headlined by Jake Paul versus Hakeem Rahman Jr. And we know that that fight card was scrapped. So you would have had an issue of 2 cards that would have been scrapped. And, you know, with the fact of the matter, well, the fact of the matter is you had 2 world title fights that were scheduled to be on this card August 20th. If you scrapped that card, you had to move those title fights. And I mean, here we are in August. It's pretty much the second half of August. You really don't have that much time to really move these cards and see if they have slots for those. So I think it's, you know, better off just being me. I think it's better off going forward with the card, having those world title fights on there, and seeing if you could have, you know, a contingency plan or a backup plan or a replacement opponent for Omar Figueroa Jr. Maybe it could be Brandon Lee. I don't know. Maybe it could be Brandon Lee. Maybe they could have Will Madera face someone else. But that's just me dropping something. But share your thoughts on this topic with Adrien Broner being out of the fight here against Omar Figueroa, citing mental health issues. You can subscribe to the Boxing Source if you haven't done so already. We really appreciate it. On that note, folks, I'm out. Peace.